Pura maya proktamajaya nabhe Pade padme nishandaya mamadi sarge Jnanam param mahimavabhasam Yat suryo bhagavatam vadanti. O Uddhava, in the lotus millennium, in the days of the yore, at the beginning of the creation, I spoke unto Brahma, who sits into the lotus that grows out of my navel, about my transcendental glories, which the great is described as Srimad Bhagavatam. So Krishna is saying here, I spoke about my glories, which is the Srimad Bhagavatam. So there are some people who use the 4 shlokas because it is interesting. Mostly the impersonalists, they are kind of a Jnana Marga. So something that like this very excites them. Oh, 4 shlokas, so much knowledge is there. It is true. 4 shlokas, a lot of knowledge is there, but then they misunderstand. Because here the 4 shlokas are being expanded by same Lord Krishna in Uddhava Gita, and which is glorification of the Lord. It is pure. There is no impersonalism there. So similarly, the 4 shlokas are also expanded, but Krishna spoke to Brahma, Brahma spoke to Narada. That is there in the Bhagavatam. The second canto, Brahma instructs Narada. Narada goes and asks Brahma that, we see you as doing unimaginable things. You are doing the whole creation, you are doing so many things. But you are also worshipping somebody. Is there somebody higher than you? This question is asked of Brahma. And asked to Brahma, and Brahma answers, yes, I'm not supreme. And similarly, we have then Brahma. In fact, this is similar to even what Yamaraj happened. Yamadutas went to Yamaraj and asked, is there an authority greater than you? Because we thought your rule is highest, but there are some people who are disobeying you. Is there authority higher? They said, yes. So we have a similar situation there. And then Brahma speaks to Narada, the Bhagavatam, and then Narada speaks to Vedavyasa, that is there in the first canto of Bhagavatam. And but Vedavyasa then finally speaks to Shukadeva Goswami, and then Shukadeva Goswami speaks to public. All the Bhagavatams are there within Bhagavatam. It has everything. It is sweet. So this is actually Bhagavatam, which we are seeing. And how can Bhagavatam be impersonal? Therefore, Prabhupada says Shankaracharya avoided to comment on Bhagavatam because it's not possible. It's a direct glorification of the Lord where he can do, and that will be great offense also, It's such a great glory. He avoided to comment. He commented on Vedanta Sutra, on Bhagavad Gita and some Upanishads. He did only 11 books actually, but he avoided touching Bhagavatam. He did not touch it. Prabhupada said what he did not try is foolish followers try. In Vrindavan also, Mayavadi is giving explanation of Bhagavata. What Mayavadi will speak on Bhagavata? It's not proper said. Why are they poking their nose in this subject matter? It's not their subject matter. What do they have to do with Bhagavata? Why they are poking their nose? They have nothing to gain. Correct? It's a glorification of the Lord. You say it's Maya, so why are you talking about it? But they know when they talk there, I am not Brahman, I am not body, I am Brahman. People get bored hearing. Tattva, there are different kind of Mahavakya. Tattvamasi, I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. People get bored hearing. Imagine if that is a class every day. Tattvamasi, you are that, you are that, you are that. People say, it's very boring. So then what they do, they poke into Bhagavatam because they get nice stories and they entertain the audience with those stories with no intention to even understand the glorification of the Lord in Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada said they are poking their nose into the area they should not come in. It is not expected for them to do that. Bhagavatam is not for them. But they do that. And then after that we get so unfortunate. So many Bhagavad Saptas are there in Vrindavan. Correct? So many, you have seen in Vrindavan. You gone Kartik month anytime? You gone Kartik time, Vrindavan? You're not gone to Vrindavan in Kartik time. We are going this year, we are going. So what do? When you go to Vrindavan in Kartik time, every meter you can hear one loudspeaker. Every meter. Some Bhagavatam. And unfortunately, many of them Mayavada. It's a joke, isn't it? Prabhupada says actually without a pure devotee it is very difficult to get personal explanation even in Vaishnava Sampradaya. Because you see, my little realization, we talk about what we are, we reveal our mind. We talk about where we are. If our mind is struggling between body and soul, we talk about that. We are not the body. Actually, we are talking to ourselves. Somehow the class becomes an opportunity to save ourselves. We are not the body. Basically, because I am in a bodily platform, that's the dvanda going on with me. So that's what mostly we talk: body, mind, soul, body, mind, soul, body, mind, soul, because mind is there. But Bhagavatam is not only body, mind, soul. Bhagavatam is glorification of the Lord. The open glorification of the Lord. Bhagavatam is so sweet. It's the open glorification of the Lord. So where all these things? It's so pleasing. But they do that. They make all kind of Mayavada interpretations on Bhagavatam, and then people hear, and Prabhupada said for 7 million years they can hear, no benefit will come. That's why Prabhupada said Bhagavad Saptah. One thing is Mayavada. Second thing, Bhagavatam is spoken invoking the transcendent nature of Bhagavatam. To invoke the transcendent nature of Bhagavatam requires a speaker like Shukadeva Goswami and a hearer like Parikshit Maharaj. Both are needed. We said we want a speaker like Shukadeva Goswami, but you should become a hearer like Parikshit Maharaj. And what is the qualification of the Shukadeva Goswami? Totally renounced. Visible qualification. And what is the visible qualification of Parikshit Maharaj? He is convinced he is going to die. For us, the speaker is not renounced and the hearer is not convinced he is going to die. Correct? Shukadeva Goswami very clear. He is totally renounced. So renounced means even cloth he doesn't have time to wear. He never wore a cloth in his life. Totally renounced from this world. And he didn't stay in house for a second. When renunciation is externally also visible. Did not stay in house for a second. Walked out moment is born. What do you say? I don't think any comparison like this. Gross renunciation means born he ran away from house. So never associate with any he doesn't know what is material relationships of this world. Just did not participate. And then the second thing, Parikshit Maharaj, he was convinced he's going to die. 7 days, I'm dying. Convinced he's going to die. So you want to hear Bhagavatam, those hearers should be in that qualification. See, we cannot see the purer. It's not like 0 and 1. It's all shades of grey. So, but the effect will be dependent on how much we are coming on that category. So sometimes we always look for a good speaker, but at least first become a qualified hearer. Krishna will arrange a good speaker. So first we become convinced I'm going to die. Now I'm convinced, but then your life should be different. Your life will not be same. And similarly, the speaker should be convinced that there is no enjoyment in this world. Then his life is also different. No. I know there is no enjoyment in this world, but then whole day you're thinking of enjoying this world. You're not fit to speak Bhagavatam. Correct? And the hearer, we should be convinced he's going to die. So he needs to hear Bhagavatam. He knows I have a need. I have some trouble. But we are not convinced I'm going to die. And we are not renouncing this world. Still this world looks very attractive. The same way, you see Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada. When Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada came, at that time, when Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, has the power come? Anybody knows?
I think so. Should I put it on?
No. Tell Sridhar to check. So, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, when we see one thing very unique, when Prabhupada was talking about how we can become independent, after that he will spread the message of Bhagavatam all around the world. Correct? This was there? True? So, Bhagavatam was all around the world. Can he preach only after India became independent? Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said, don't waste time in all these things. Correct? Why? Why did he say that? Because the material world, we can have so many arrangements, we can have so many suggestions, we can have so many, none of them are qualifications. We can have so many adjustments in this world. Okay? But Bhagavatam is maintains the transcendental nature. It is not dependent on any situation. Okay? So there is no need to wait. That's Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada understood. So that is first point here in this shloka we discuss, is that the Bhagavatam is glorification of the Lord, and it is not for the power has come. Give little. So Bhagavatam is the glorification of the Lord, and it is not for Mayavadis to enter this area. Okay? This is the first point we are very clear here. Then the message is always the same. And Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I spoke Bhagavad Gita to Sun God. Then I spoke to, that message came down. This has happened for millions of years. Agreed? But what does Krishna say? The same thing I am repeating to you. Sa evayam maya tedya yoga prokta puratanaha bhakto sime saka cheti rahasya medottamam. He said, I am repeating to you the same message. There is no change, no change. So similarly, Bhagavatam also Krishna spoke to Brahma in 4 only. He said, I am going to repeat it now. No change. It does not change. Truth does not change. The same thing repeating. So this is another beauty of the shloka. The same thing is being repeated. So here Uddhava is getting a fortune, and when Krishna told Uddhava, I am going to tell you now that message, look at Uddhava. His body is in ecstasy. Now we were noticing this fact, very important, that we should develop gratitude to Krishna. Now take some instances. Prahlad Maharaj, when Narasimhadeva touched his hand on the head of Prahlad Maharaj, at that point, Prahlad Maharaj says, you did not give this favor even to Lakshmi. I am so fortunate. He is seeing his fortune. So similarly, when Vamandeva tells Bali Maharaj that go, we have a special abode called Sutala, and I will be a doorkeeper. He said, this fortune is not given to in Brahma and Shiva. You are not going to be a doorkeeper for them. So we should recognize, no? See, Krishna is being kind. We don't recognize, then it is gone. So similarly, today we have some freedom. We have some freedom. Agree? That is because of punya, some responsible activity. We should recognize the kindness of the Lord to give us that situation. Correct? We are in the situation that we are able to peacefully hear Bhagavatam. Not everybody can do that. Some people have so much anxiety, they can't even sleep. Correct? There's so much anxiety. And the whole day they don't know any solution to their problem. Somebody's child may be sick, he doesn't have money for the treatment. There is so much anxiety, he can't sleep. There are enough people with so many health issues or economic issues or some anxiety, they can't sleep for 1 minute. We are peaceful. True? Any freedom is because of your punya. So we should recognize that. It says the devotee, when he has any facility, he says to the Lord, my Lord, I don't deserve it, but you're so kind to me, you have given me this facility. Then you utilize it. Correct? Suppose somebody gives you something. So I'm so thankful to you. I don't deserve, That person will think, I should give again, I should give more. But he gives you, you're not given enough. I am not going to give him anything. He doesn't have a feeling of receiving from the Lord. The Lord is so kind. Actually, he has given to the humanity, to all the species, Nitya Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Eko Bhavanam Vidadati. Come on, he is going to satisfy all the living entities. That's what Krishna does. But then, to the capacity we can receive, Krishna does not harm us. If the child cannot take something, Krishna is not going to give him. Krishna knows exactly what we can take for. Just like if somebody is very, very responsive spiritual world, whatever you want is available. Satya Sankalpa, whatever you want is available. Even pure devotees, that's why people go when they have a great sage, they say, please, you just wish, because it happens. A great sage, Satya Sankalpa, what he wishes happens. Let there be a temple. Prabhupada decided 108 temples, manifested. What he decides, manifest. He wanted a magazine, manifested. Whatever pure devotee desires, manifested. In fact, once Prabhupada was in some country, he said, yes, there was a misspelled, instead of one city, Zurich. Zurich is in which place? Zurich. What is the mistake he made of the cities? What is the capital of Germany? Berlin. And Zurich is also? Switzerland. No. Something happened. He was in one country and by mistake he took the name of other city. Their book distribution is going very nicely. It was nothing was happening. But it became nice. Because wish. Anything wish of a pure devotee. That's called Kripa Siddhi. Oh my God, he has Kripa Siddhi in his power. He just wishes. You become pure devotee. You become pure devotee. No sadhana. Not even chanting. He just wish. That's the power of pure devotee. That's called Kripa Siddhi. Kripa Siddhi means I wish. And it happens. It's so powerful. Therefore, pure devotee people are mad. Isn't it? He just wishes. Okay, very good. Just wishes. Therefore, when we go in front of Prabhupada Murti, don't think it's a joke. He just wishes you become pure devotee. Over. He's more powerful than even deities because Krishna shows more mercy to Acharya, not directly. He is most merciful, but through a devotee, not directly. Therefore, tadvidhi pranipatena, go to a pure devotee because he is most merciful through a pure devotee. So if you want the most mercy in this place is coming from this place, from Prabhupada. He can just wish, become pure devotee, become pure devotee. That's why what are the two personalities? Nalakuvera and Managriva are in front of Krishna. And in the Krishna book, Krishna says, you are so fortunate because Narad Muni saw you. Because he saw, and Narad Muni sees means he wishes well. And he made them pure devotees. They were actually debauchees, isn't it? But Narada corrected them, cursed them, whatever. But he saw, and not only saw, gave some attention, and he made them into pure devotees. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada also, somebody was saying that, we together made the movement. Prabhupada was on the street, we were on the street, together made the movement. Such an offense it is actually. If it is not ABC, it will be EFZ. And Prabhupada was the principal factor. He just, whoever came in front, he just empowered them. So similarly, we have an opportunity to get mercy. It is not partiality. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Krishna is equal to everybody. Pure devotee is also equal to everybody. But those who want can take. You want, he is ready to give. Just like government, he gives equal facilities to everybody. But you go, you apply for some, scholarship. You said, I am studying, I want some scholarship. If you apply, they may give you. If you don't apply, why they will give you? No, they are not giving me, they gave to him. Did you apply? No. So similarly, the Danavas, they never apply. Prabhupada said they know Supreme Lord is there. Big Danava, they all know. Because he comes for fight also sometime. But they deliberately disobey him. What they do? Deliberate disobedience. That's what Prabhupada said we also do. Deliberately disobey. Because once you are taken shelter of Prabhupada, Maya cannot touch you. No way Maya can touch you. You're such a great Acharya. How can you say, what is the power? What is the power then? Acharya is not powerful. When you take shelter of a pure devotee, he brings you on a spiritual platform. Only by his mercy, we are on the spiritual platform. By his mercy, we can peep into spiritual world. Otherwise, we are not qualified. You understand? Our consciousness can peep into the spiritual realm. Prabhupada says very clearly, without the mercy of a pure devotee, we have no access to the spiritual realm. By his mercy, you can peep into the spiritual realm. It's clear? So this is so wonderful actually. Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoya. He doesn't need much time for it. Why they say, Lavamatra, what you will do, he does. But he has to give you attention for a fraction of a second. A pure devotee can bring you on a full perfection. So that's the power anyway. So here coming, so Uddhava is feeling grateful. That's very important. Grateful. So we should also have gratitude. Never think any one of us have directly come into Krishna. All of us has come by mercy of Prabhupada. है ना? Somehow we took shelter of his movement. The mercy is coming from Prabhupada. None of us can give mercy. We have no power. Mercy is coming from Prabhupada. So somehow we got the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual life has started. So, and we should have gratitude for that. We should never forget that. What do you say? How miserable it will be if we forget this fact. So by his mercy we have into Krishna conscious. Similarly, Uddhava is feeling so grateful. Krishna is telling, I am going to tell you, Uddhava, what I taught to Brahma, and Uddhava's now in hairs are rising. He is feeling so fortunate. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Arjuna, now I am going to tell you more. And Arjuna is feeling so ecstatic. Prabhupada is saying, it's a great fortune to hear from Krishna. Krishna is speaking. And we don't read Bhagavad Gita because we have no understanding who is speaking, We don't know. Vedavyasa is writing, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. And we are not interested to hear. One political commentary on the TV we want to hear for a full day, 24 hours. Again, it's boring. There is no rasa in that, there is no juice in that. One more time. Let me read, let me hear. Something is there in it. Nothing is there in it. Nothing they can do. That we want to hear again. But Krishna is speaking so much, we do not want to hear. And he is speaking with love. He is speaking with love. Here in this world, people are speaking only to a cheater and the cheated. Correct? They want to exploit you. But here, no. Krishna is speaking with so much love. He has nothing to gain from us. See, political leaders, they speak just to get your vote. And because of you, they will enjoy. Therefore, they speak. They make a fool out of you. But Krishna is speaking and nothing to gain out of you. What you will give him? What do you give? Anyway, what do you have to give him? Krishna is not a God created by vote bank. Krishna is always God. God is always God. He is not created by anybody. He is independent of your vote. He is independent of your vote. He is God. You vote or not vote, he remains as God. And there is an opportunity to hear him. We should hear. And you should feel ecstasy. Every chapter Krishna says, now I am going to tell you more. We should also feel ecstasy. Krishna is so kind. What a mercy it is. Let me hear for my own good. So therefore that is very important. Asasanga tyaga e vaishnavachara. More and more we give up asasanga, more shows our seriousness of spiritual life. Okay? So take to this thing seriously. So Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this Chatushloki thing is joke. How can Chatushloki, Mayavada interpretation is a joke. Correct? We should not be distracted by that. Hear from Vaishnavas, number one. Number two, be grateful to Krishna, like Uddhava is so grateful to Krishna that Krishna is speaking him the same message which he has previously spoken. And I'll say in the beginning of the lotus millennium. Those are the what a millennium? Every day of Brahma is a different millennium. In the science we talk about creation, we talk about one way. This is so many years ago, universe is created. Universe is created, destroyed, created, destroyed, created, destroyed. Every day there is a creation, destruction, creation, destruction. Pralaya. And there, Mahapralaya, everything is destroyed after the death of Brahma. So there are so many creations and destructions happening. Their understanding is limited. They cannot get